Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's having a blessed and wonderful day. Um, I just want to say, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like this video. If you could, pretty, please. Thank you for the love. So for those of you have read the caption, today I'm going to be discussing Meps. Kind of explaining what Meps is, what you do, the process, and the whole 9 yards from beginning to end. And you're going to hear me repeat a lot of stuff. If I do, that means it is important. Um, for the most part, I am going to say this. My experience may not be your experience. Your experience may not be my experience. Let's keep that in mind, because I was just like you, going on YouTube, looking at other people talk about their experience. And maybe one or two that I watched, if I'm not mistaken, made that statement, in which I'm really happy that they did make that statement, because everybody's experience is going to be different. Another thing, I am doing my input, my take, my intake on Fort Jackson, which is in Columbia, South Carolina. So if you are in South Carolina, certain parts of North Carolina, certain parts of Georgia, you will be going to Fort Jackson in Columbia, South Carolina. So enough about that. I just kind of want to throw that in there. So let's get into it. Let's get it. Okay. So I kind of jotted down some general questions that either I had, or general questions that I have seen other people have, or stuff like that. So question number 1 is, what does Meps mean? Meps mean Military Entrance Processing Station. Military Entrance Processing Station. MEPS. Meps. Basically, it's self-explanatory. What it stands for is basically what it means. And if you need me to go in further more details about Meps, the meaning of Meps, comment down below. I don't mind, or I can do another short little video explaining that. What do you do at Meps? So they say there are 5 steps to Meps. Not everybody is going to go through all 5 of these steps at Meps. Me personally, I did not go through all 5 of these steps at, keyword is at, Meps. I did not take my ASVAB test at Meps. That was pretty much the only thing I did not do at Meps. I did do my physical examinations at Meps. That I did do. I did have to do a little questionnaire test that they have. Y'all, with this questionnaire test, they say there's no right or wrong answer. It's 2 options, and it's like 176 or 178 questions, and it's only 2 options. Pick the best option that best fits or suit you. That's all I could really say about it. Like I said, it's like 176 or 178 questions. You would most likely do that on day 1. Not everybody goes to Meps on day 1. Day 1 is mainly like ASVAB testing and the questionnaire. There's no there's no hearing or vision or blood or urine or anything like that on day one. So your recruiter will let you know where you're going on day one, if you're going to the hotel or if you are going to Meps. They will let you know. Like I said, everybody's experience is going to be different. On day two, you would do like your medical examination, job search, background screening, and then you would take the oath if everything goes right. If you're waiting on a medical waiver, it may, depending on which day of the week, if you go to Meps on a Friday, you might well expect for it to get approved to know by Monday. So most likely, let me rewind that back. Depending on where you're going for Meps, like I'm pretty sure every Meps is probably have the same concept, but probably run their Mep station a little different. As stated before, I can only go off based off Fort Jackson in Columbia, South Carolina. But yeah, I ended up going to Meps Thursday and Friday, and due to the fact that it was a Friday, y'all know how it is on Fridays. Y'all ready to go home. Don't nobody want to do nothing. Y'all ready for the day to be over with. But they do say it's kind of a slim to none chance that it will get approved on Friday for you to take the oath and do your job and all that other stuff. But I literally sat, and by Monday, on that Monday, my recruiter called me and was like, hey, your medical waiver got approved, which we already knew that my medical waiver was going to get approved because I had surgery like 4 or 5 years ago, and my doctor had to write a note stating that everything was good, was perfect. I was perfectly fine. I was good to go on duty or whatever. So, which we had all that turned in a week before I went to Meps, and I had to have it before I could go to Meps. But I would do another video with that situation, with all of that. I would do a whole separate video for that. Expect to do a lot of waiting depending on how big the recruits are. I did not word that right. Depending on the number of recruits that are there. Normally Meps has up to 150 recruits, but when I went, it had to been maybe like between 40 or 50 of us, and also the recruits were really small. And when I say it was really small, so we were pretty much, everybody on day two was done, between the men and the women. Everybody had done their physicals and all that other stuff, urine, blood. We were done about 12 o'clock. Between 11, 12 o'clock, we were done. So basically, we were just waiting and waiting. So you got people that are sworn in, people doing jobs, So it really is a waiting game. Like when they say you're doing a lot of waiting, you are doing a lot of waiting. If you don't drive, or if your recruiter did not drop you off, baby, you're going to be waiting until everybody that is on, if you took the shuttle, let me rewind that back a little bit. So on day one, if you don't drive or your recruiter does not take you, you will catch a shuttle. You will get on a shuttle, which is like a van, like a 12 or 16 passenger van or something like that. You will get on that van, which is a shuttle, and the shuttle will take you to either the hotel or Meps. Your recruiter will discuss all of that with you. Now, we did have some people that drove, and we did have a lot of people that recruiter dropped them off. If you rode the shuttle, I'm going to say this one more time. If you got on a shuttle to go to Meps, you will be waiting until everybody that was on the shuttle with you going to Meps, you will have to wait until everybody is done. Seriously. The group that you rode to Meps with is the group that you're going to ride back with. The way that you came to Meps is the way that you're going to leave Meps. The way that you came to Meps is the way that you will leave Meps. So you may become buddy with somebody who drove. Just because you buddy with them, when you see them leave, you're not leaving with them. You're not going to be able to leave with them. So I'm telling you now, don't ask. Because they're going to tell you a big fat no. And then you're going to be looking sad. So don't even think about asking if you could ride with such and such because such and such drove. No, not going to happen. Or you become buddy with somebody and their recruiters picking them up. Not going to happen. Oh, let's do a thumbs up. But no, you won't be able to leave, and unless your group is completely done, like with everything that's physicals, job search, taking the oath. Literally, you're gonna be waiting. Y'all, just weigh it out, because you won't be able to have your phones. Now, I did hear this. Certain people said that when they went to Meps did allow them to like kind of have their phone for a couple of minutes, or when they were like completely done. Some of them did say that they were allowed to have their phones, but at Fort Jackson, no, they wasn't having it. Like, I even asked, like, when I got done with my physical, and they checked me out upstairs to go back downstairs to talk to the recruit down there or whatever. And once I got done talking to my recruit downstairs, he was like, okay, you can go and call your recruiter. Y'all, I asked if I can just write down my recruiter's number on a piece of paper. If I can just get his number out of my phone to write it down on a piece of paper. The lady asked me if I had a card. Y'all, get a card from your recruiter. Get a card from your recruiter. Get one of his cards that has his number on there. And just put it in your pocket. As stated before, I can't speak on every Meps station. I can only speak on what happened at Fort Jackson. They were very, very on it when it came to bags and phones. And no, you don't get your phone at all. Trust me, you don't get it until it's time for you to leave. Until it's time for you to go. That's the only time you're gonna get your phone. What else? Okay. I just want to make that clear about that. And if I missed anything, please put it in the comment section and I will be gladly to respond or make a whole nother video explaining that particular part or situation. Next question was, how long do you stay at Meps? Meps is like 1 to 2 days. Well, you might well say 2 days. So you can either go Monday and Tuesday. Sorry guys, I keep getting a call. Meps would be either Monday and Tuesday. I don't think they do Wednesday. I'm not sure, but I do know it's Thursday and Friday. That you would do Meps. And if they do it, I'm pretty sure it's probably Monday and Tuesday. No, I don't think they do Meps on Wednesday. I believe it's just Monday and Tuesday, and then they take Wednesday off or whatever, something like that, and then do Thursday and Friday. Once again, I can't speak for all Meps. I can only speak for Fort Jackson. That is in Columbia, South Carolina. So, like I said, if you go on day one, pretty much day one is pretty much testing. Day two is taking the oath, physicals, urine, your urinalysis, blood drawn, vision, hearing, and blood pressure, height, weight, all that other stuff. Can you drive to Meps? I would say yes, but listen, but the key word is but. That is something you will have to talk to your recruiter about. Once again, if you are looking to drive, that is something you will have to discuss with your recruiter. Something you will have to discuss with your recruiter. Because I don't want nobody going up to their recruiter and say, well, yeah, I watched this YouTuber, Sheikah, and she said, yes, I can drive. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there were people who drove to Meps. But the conversation between them and their recruiter, I don't know. So if it comes to driving, talk to your recruiter about that, because I don't want to say, yeah, you can drive, and then you get your recruiter and they say, no, you can't drive. So talk to your recruiter to see if you can drive to Meps, because yes, there were people that were there who drove to Meps. I wish I would have known that I could drive to Meps, because I would have drove to Meps if I would have known that. All right, next question. Do I have to pay for my own hotel and food? No, you do not have to pay for the hotel. Meps do pay for the food at the hotel. So they give you a meal ticket, a meal card at the hotel when you go to check in. And that'll be your ticket for dinner. And I believe dinner is like 8 o'clock, I believe. I believe dinner starts at 8 p.m. So what you would do is, if you want to eat dinner, you can go downstairs. They will have a menu. You will put in your order, and then you will turn in that meal ticket. You can DoorDash or Uber Eats, but once again, this is only speaking on Fort Jackson in Columbia, South Carolina. I cannot speak for any other Meps because I did not go to any other Meps. Have not been to any other Meps. So I can only speak on Fort Jackson in Columbia, South Carolina. Now, they did say that we could DoorDash or Uber Eats. But if you DoorDashed after 9 p.m., if your food doesn't arrive, if your food arrives at 9:30, you're not going to get that food. Sorry. And the lady is going to explain all of this to you when you go to Meps. When you get to the hotel. They're going to explain that to you. So if you drive, go ahead. You may leave the hotel. Now, they're not saying you can't leave the hotel. Once again, I can only speak for what happened here in Columbia, South Carolina. The lady said that we could leave, but we just had to be in our rooms by 10 p.m. We had to be in the rooms by 10 p.m. So if you drive or if you take a Lyft or Uber somewhere, just be back at the hotel at 9:30. Not between 9 o'clock, 9:30, just be back at the hotel. We are staying at the Marriott. It's really nice. It's downtown Columbia, right there by the South Carolina Gamecock Stadium. It's right there. So you kind of pretty much in walking distance of like different restaurants and stuff like that. So you can easily walk. Or, if you just want to catch a Lyft or Uber to wherever, by all means necessary, you can. If you drive, hey, you can pretty much go and stay gone all day, but you do have a certain time that you have to be back in the hotel, and in your rooms, because you have to be in your rooms by 10 p.m. That is curfew, and they will go over that. But yeah, so if you are at the hotel and you want a DoorDash or Uber Eats, all I say is do it before 9. Do it before 9. Because for those of you who DoorDash or Uber Eats, you know it takes about a good 30-40 minutes before you even get your food. So, and you have to think about it. You in Colombia, so there's a lot of traffic. So, yeah, most importantly, just DoorDash before 9 and make sure that way you can get your food before 9. You can bring money, because if you want food, extra food from like downstairs, I believe you can buy extra food from downstairs. If you want extra food, you can purchase extra food, because they do have snacks downstairs that you can purchase, and stuff like that. But I can go into further more details in another video. If y'all would like, just let me know. With that, next question is, do I get paid for Meps? The question is that the answer is no. No, you don't get paid for going to Meps. I wish, but no, you don't get paid for going to Meps. Next question was, will I be able to leave during Meps? Well, I wish this person would have kind of went into more detailed or of the question. I hope I answered this question, and if I don't answer this question to the T, kind of, yeah, just comment down below and I will kind of try to hit on or what you trying to ask. Can you leave during Meps? No. Not like, okay, let's say for instance, let's say you on day 2 and you doing the physical part of day 2. And let's say you done your medical history, you done your urinalysis, your vision, hearing, blood pressure, height, weight, and they check you out upstairs, and they tell you to go downstairs. And you go to talk to the recruiters downstairs, and after you done with that, you're waiting. No, anytime during the process of you going through Meps, you cannot leave whatsoever. You won't be able to leave until you are completely done with everything and you either drove or your recruiter dropped you off. Those will be the only time you will be able to leave before anybody else. Is either you're done with everything, that means you done swore in, you done took the oath, you done picked your job, you done wrote down where you're going, you done did your career, you done checked off all the boxes, you done took ASVAB, you done took the questionnaire, you done went through all the medical stuff, everything. That's the only time you will be able to leave. So there isn't oh, okay, well, I'm done with the physical, I done talked to my recruit, now I'm just sitting here waiting and I'm fixing to run to the store across the street. No. Once you step foot into that Meps building, you are not leaving unless you done something stupid, you done something crazy, and they told you, okay, we fixing to call your recruiter, you can go. Or, okay, you can go and sit downstairs. You done for the day. The only time you are allowed to leave is when you are completely done. And if you are completely done, you can leave if, keyword, if you drove or your recruiter dropped you off. If you are riding on a shuttle, you're not leaving until everybody that was on the shuttle with you is done. You're not leaving until everybody that rode on the shuttle with you to Meps is done. So you might be done with everything, but you probably got James, Jessica, Billy, and Tom that's talking to their recruiter. They haven't swore in yet, because it could be a possibility they're waiting on a waiver for something, or they still doing their physical or whatever the case may be. Like I said, depending on how big the group is, it's going to take a long time because you're doing a lot of waiting. Expect to do a lot of waiting. So that, I hope I answered the question that they were asking. Let's see. Next question. Can family and or friends come stay with me at the hotel? The answer is no. No, 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 no. They cannot come stay with you at the hotel. They can come and see you, but they cannot stay with you because 9 times out of 10 you're going to have a roommate at the hotel. So the question is no. The question is no. No, 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 no. Next question. Can I have my phone while I'm at Meps? No, you cannot. They're gonna make sure that your phones are in your bag, or they're gonna make sure that it's in that room, locked up. And the only way how you can get into that room is if they buzz you in, and you have to tell them what you're going in that room. Why do you need to go? Why do you need to get in that room? How long? Next question. How long after Meps is boot camp? That is totally up to you when you decide that you want to leave for boot camp. Normally, they say between 2-3 weeks to a month afterwards. Unless you are a high school student, you will leave to go to boot camp after graduation. Unless you're still in high school, you'll leave after graduation. But that's a conversation between you and the recruiter there at Meps. Y'all will go over all of that and stuff like that. You just let them, they will kind of give you a date, or around, they will give you a date for leave out for boot camp. And if you got something coming up, please speak up. Let them know, hey, I was wondering if I can go to boot around about this time. Is there anything available around about this time? And because one guy, he had stuff going on, and he went to boot camp last week, and he went to Meps last week, and he's leaving to go to boot camp in December. Because I'm pretty sure they're trying to get you out as early as possible. Now, if you want one of those people who want to go to boot camp early and get it out the way, by all means, do that. Because I know a guy who went last week, and he's leaving next week. Like, seriously, he was like, I'm ready to get boot camp over with. I'm ready to get done and over with. So just let them know, look, if you want to leave in July, ask them, hey, can I leave in July? Or August, September, or whatever. So that is something totally between you and the recruiter at that moment, to ask them how soon or how late you can leave for boot camp. Next question. How many times do I have to go to Meps? Well, a lot. From what I got, normally they say 2 or more. It just depends, because I know depending on how late you leave to go to boot camp. So like the guy that I was telling y'all that's leaving to go to boot camp in December, he's gonna have to go to Meps quite a few times before he leaves to go to boot camp, because they have to make sure, they have to do a drug test on him. They have to do an alcohol test. They're going to have to do his height and weight. They're going to have to do he's going to have to go to Meps a pretty good bit until he leaves to go to boot camp. Now, you do have to go to Meps before you go to boot camp, because they just want to make sure nothing changed, like height, weight, vision, hearing, all that other stuff. They just want to make sure everything is still in the clear, everything is still good with you before you go to boot. But if you're leaving pretty soon, I don't know how they would do if somebody's going to boot camp like in a week or two. I'm not sure if they would have to go to Meps all over again if they're leaving for boot in like a week or two. But that, I don't know. That's something that you will have to discuss with your recruiter Or when you go to Meps, that's something that you will have to ask the recruiters at Meps about that situation. Next question. Can you back out of the military after you take the oath? The answer is yes. It is possible to back out, but it comes with consequences. So if you decide once you take the oath that you don't want to do this anymore, you need to let them know. Now, the consequences behind it, I've heard people say, "Oh, it's where you won't be able to ever, you would be permanently disqualified to join any military branch in the future." I've heard people say that they just put you on a suspension or whatever the case may be. But that is something that you will have to take up if you really want to know the answer to that. Talk to your recruiter about that to see the consequences behind, backing out after you swore in, and what's the consequences behind it, or whatever the case may be. But the answer is yes to that. You can back out once you swore in. Next question. Ooh, this is a good one. Really, really a good one. Good one. What is the dress code for Meps? I'm glad somebody asked this question. Ladies, please do not wear any thongs, G-strings, nothing like that. Wear granny panties. Wearing a pair of granny panties is not going to hurt you for one day. It's not. Y'all don't get me wrong. I love my little cute little underwear. I do. I love my cute little panties. I do. But I kid y'all not. Wearing them granny panties did not hurt me at all. If you wear a G-string, a thong, anything lace, they will send you downstairs and they will say you need to come back another day. No ifs, no ands, no buts about it. They don't care whatever else you got to say. You don't got on the proper underwear. You're not even fixing to go through all the other stations. They're going to stop you right there and say, okay, you can go on back downstairs. You can come back another day. And they stand firm. And when I say firm, strong, they stand strong on it. Also, ladies, bras. No sports bras. You wear a sports bra, what you think they're gonna say? You can come back another day. You can come back another time. You can go on back downstairs. And they're not gonna feel bad about it. Point blank, period. Period, poo. And then what you gonna be doing? Sitting. Because if you didn't drive, or your recruiter didn't drop you off, and you rode the shuttle, and think about it. It's 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, and think about it. You're going to be sitting there for that long, 5 or 6 in the morning, all the way up till the shuttle comes, which the shuttle comes, about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So save yourself from having to sit at Meps that long if you did not drive or your recruiter did not drop you off. So yeah. You pick. And do you really want to go back to Meps? Just to do the same thing over again that you could have done right the first time? Just do it right the first time, so you ain't got to go back. Until it's time for you to go back just for a checkup before you leave to go to boot camp. Also, fellas, wear the right undergarment. Just wear the right undergarment. Just wear it. Y'all know what to wear. Please make sure you have on underwear. Ladies and gentlemen, don't freeball, because they have had people in the past where they did not wear underwear. Please put on underwear, ladies and gentlemen, because if you do not wear underwear, guess what? They're going to tell you, okay, you can come back another time. You can come back another day. Just for not wearing underwear. Make sure you wear underwear. fellas, ask your recruiter what kind of underwear you need to wear to Meps. Because if you don't have on the right underwear, they're going to tell you the same thing. You can come back another day. Also, hygiene. If you smell, you can come back another day. You won't do nothing else for the rest of the day. Make sure you shower that night. And even if you get up early in the morning, shower. Or even if you at least wash up in the sink, apply soap and water to your body before you go to Meps. Make sure you brush your teeth before you go to Meps. Make sure you wash your face because hygiene is important. You better be clean. They better not smell no funky odors. So for those of you who don't like deodorant, put it out. Those of you who don't like to brush your teeth, brush them. Those of you who don't like to comb your hair, comb it, brush it, something. Because if you go in there looking any kind of way and you come in there funky, you not even you gonna have to come back another day. You gonna have to come back. And they gonna tell you that to your face. And be like, next. Okay, you can come back another day. Next. They don't play that there. Just dress like you're going to a job interview. Y'all fellas, don't go in there with a full suit on. Don't go in there like it's Easter Sunday. Don't do it. Now you overdoing it. Because there's been people that went to Meps with a full suit on. Don't do it. Get you a nice pair of khakis. You can wear blue jeans, but the blue jeans, no holes, no designs, no nothing. Just a regular pair of plain blue jeans. You can wear those. You can wear black pants, slacks, whatever. And put on a nice little solid colored shirt. Fellas, if you're gonna wear a hoodie, please make sure you got on a regular shirt. We had a guy that had on a white beater on up under his hoodie, and when it was time to take his blood pressure, they made him put his hoodie back on because he only had on a white beater. So please make sure you have on a shirt under your hoodies. Yes, you can wear your jackets and stuff like that. A lot of people say Meps was cold, but once you do all that moving, you kind of warm up. But it does kind of get a little chilly once you start sitting down towards the end of the day, and it does get a little chilly because you're not moving around really. But yeah, like I said, just something decent. I just wore some khaki pants with a black t-shirt. Do not wear a white t-shirt. Just a regular plain. Here, I'm gonna show y'all. Give me a second, y'all. I think my white t-shirts. I'm gonna show y'all. Wait, there might be one. Nope. Hold on, y'all. A regular plain t-shirt. Regular white plain t-shirt. Like this. Just regular white. Do not wear this shirt by itself, because this is considered an undershirt. Whatever you do, do not wear a regular white plain t-shirt, because this is considered as an undershirt in the military. Don't do it. Find another solid color shirt. Red, brown, white, green, purple, whatever. And like I said, I just wore a regular black t-shirt. I just wore a regular black t-shirt. That was fine. But whatever you do, don't wear a plain white shirt. Tennis shoes. Wear tennis shoes. Just wear tennis shoes. I think that's pretty much it. If y'all have any questions about the dress code or what you can and cannot wear, comment down below it and I can make another video or whatever the case may be about dress code. Next question was, do I need to bring money? No, but it's totally up to you if you want to bring money. That's totally up to you if you want to bring some money. Next question. This is a question for the ladies. Can I go to Meps on my menstrual? Yes, you can. You can go to Meps on your menstrual, but you just need to let them know that, hey, I'm on my menstrual, and that way they will know how to handle the situation and what to do and what not to do with that. So yes, when you get to the control, when you go to Meps in the morning and you go to that first control station, just let them know, hey, you ain't got to say it loud and broadcast it, but you can just be like, hey, I'm on my menstrual. Or when you go upstairs and you get ready to do the physical part, just let them know, hey, it's that time of the month, and and they will tell you how to go about and what to do with that. Um, that was pretty much all the questions that were asked or most people have. If you have any questions or concerns about anything, um, please comment below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And hit that bell so that way when I post new videos, you will get the notification. I tried to make this video very brief and I wasn't trying to be this long, but please, please, please do not hesitate to ask me any questions. I will make another video pretty soon. I'm kind of go over my in the next video I kind of talk about my progress or what I went through from the time I thought about joining the military up till right before Meps, because I don't have to really explain anything with Meps, but I will make another video kind of explaining some of the stories and stuff some of the stories about Meps and stuff like that. But I will catch y'all in the next video. Y'all hold it down. Y'all be good. Y'all be safe. And let's be strong together on gang. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.